I've been seeing a lot of creators speaking negatively about the Micro Four Thirds system. A lot of them saying that the footage from this camera is not clean and it's noisy and such stuff. But as someone who's been shooting Micro Four Thirds for the past like 4-5 years, there's a technique that I've always used to make sure that I get clean, noise-free footage. Be it with my Blackmagic 4K or my Panasonic GH5 Mark II or even my old GH4. The fact that these cameras have a smaller sensor means that their low light capabilities are limited. You're bound to get very noisy footage if you decide to crank up your ISO in low light situations. So what's the secret? Well, let me show you how I get clean footage from these cameras. My name is Tony Slay and I'm a recording artist, music producer and cinematographer based in Germany, and in this channel I share a lot of filmmaking and music related content. If that sounds like something that you're into, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Well, first things first, I always make sure that my ISO never goes past 800. The lower the value the better. A lot of times I just have my camera at ISO 100 or 200 for the Panasonic. Well, the second thing is I always make sure that my aperture is completely open. This creates room for more light to hit the sensor. I should also mention that the faster the lens, the better. This means that if you have a lens that can open up to f1.8 or even 1.4 or even 1.2 or lower, then the better the results you're gonna get. For example, I use the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 with Viltrox adapter. This Viltrox adapter turns the f1.8 to f1.2, allowing for more light to hit the sensor. But if you can't afford that combination, I've also used the cheap Panasonic 25mm f1.7 and it always got the work done for me. It costs like 150 bucks or something. I'm sorry for the background noise if you can hear it, but there is a freaking storm going on out there. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Now to the most crucial point, which is lighting. When I'm setting up my lights, I slightly overexpose my footage. I think that's what they call exposing to the right. I push the lighting just to the point before it starts clipping. You don't want your footage to be clipping, because if you blow your highlights, you're not gonna recover them. So you just go to the point before it starts clipping so that it can be able to maximize the dynamic range when it comes to color grading. I'll show you guys an example. Here is a shot of me singing one of my songs called I'm On My Way. Let's check it out. I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm coming home, oh baby, I'm cruising on my way. I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm running all the red lights, babe, I'm on my way. Okay, cool. If you'd like to listen to the full song, I'll leave the link to my album in the description below or on the pinned comment. If you look at this footage, it looks overexposed, but after color grading, look at where we landed. I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm coming home, oh baby, I'm cruising on my way. I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm running all the red lights, babe, I'm on my way. A perfectly exposed clip looking very cinematic with zero noise. If you ask around which camera was used to shoot this video, a lot of people won't be able to guess. I achieved this just by using two lights, one key light with a softbox and the backlight to separate me from the background. Color grading it was also pretty simple. I wanted the teal and orange look, so I just added my teal and orange LUT and then color corrected the clip a little bit. So I'm gonna hide this first, and then you see that is just the clip with the LUT without any color correction. And then when you remove the LUT, that's how the clip looks. So in this adjustment layer, I added the LUT, which is, you can see if you want to add a LUT, you just come here and then you go to browse and then you go and find it in the folder where it is, then you can add it. I like adding the LUT first and then color correcting the footage. There are people who do it the other way around. They first color correct and then they add the LUT. I find it easier to add the LUT first and then color correct the footage because I can now orient myself around the LUT, if you understand what I'm saying. So you can see I added the LUT and that is how it looked. Then after color correcting, this is how it looked. and I'll show you what I did in my color correction. Like, you first pull down the exposure to a desired value, and then you crank up the contrast. You can see it's starting to look better, but we're still not there. The highlights, the shot is still blown out, so you pull down the highlights. Like, the shadows don't look so black, so I'll pull down the shadows so that I can get that real black. And then the whites, it's still too bright, so I'll still pull down the whites. And then the blacks, I want this to be completely black, I want this to be completely black, so I'll still reduce the blacks too, pull them down around there. Then from here I'm gonna come to the color wheels, then I'll go to the shadows and pull the shadows down, and now you can see you're starting to get something. And then I can still pull the highlights down a little bit. Then before I can do any other thing, I want to add some blue to the shadows, so I'll come here and just pull this down a little bit, so that the shadows don't look yellowish, but they look darker when you add some blue color to it. You can see the background. Then I come to my curves, and then I do the classic S curve. I'll just pull down the shadows again, and then I'll come to the highlights and crack them up so that I can bring back my face, and then I can lose the background a little bit because I don't need it. And now you can see what the backlight is doing. The backlight is separating me from the dark background, and then the S curve has added a lot of contrast to the image. You can see the difference, huge difference, very huge difference. And we're done. Just like that, we have that look. The footage is pretty clean. Like, if you look around, there's no noise, there's nothing. Everything looks good, everything looks clean, it looks perfect.
I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm coming home, oh baby, I'm cruising on my way. I'm on my way, babe, I'm on my way. I'm running all the red lights, babe, I'm on my way.
And that, my friends, is how you expose Micro Four Thirds footage. I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to get the free lot, check out this video. But if you're interested in things to do with audio, you can check out this video. With that said, I hope you create more film and make more music out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.